go back in and pack some more of your orders. I thought we'd better do a greenhouse update. So these are the cornflowers. They're doing beautifully. So this is what they should look like. Nothing should need a lid or any fleece tonight because they should be used to the cooler temperatures. It's been getting colder for a few days. So you can put lids on if you want, you can fleece if you want. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to make sure I close my greenhouse late afternoon to trap some of the heat. Anything needs a water, like these larkspur here, do it now so they've got a chance to dry out before the end of the day. So you don't want them to go into this cold night soaking wet. Oh, sun's out again. Move your trays into the shade if you're going to water. That's what I'll do. I might as well show you the Ami. So if anything's struggling to germinate in your greenhouse, it might be your greenhouse is in the wrong place. So maybe take them inside just to give them a jump start. They should be up in no time. And then you can bring them down to the greenhouse. Another tray of cornflowers here, and I can see that tray is really dry. It's because it's on the shelf. They dry out more quickly. So I'm going to make sure I water that now. I'm going to water from overhead, so move your trays into the shade, water from overhead rather than underneath so that the compost is not absolutely sopping wet going into a cold evening. Peas are doing really well, everyone is germinating. They've just been germinated in a cold greenhouse, so you can see that some come up quicker than others, but they are all coming. These are my agrostem. I've had a couple of questions about leggy agrostem. I know they shouldn't be leggy, they should look like this, but if they are leggy, don't worry, they will soon sort themselves out. Just make sure they've got plenty of light, they'll turn into lovely sturdy plants, and then we can always bury them a little bit deeper once it comes to potting on time. Over here are my millions of snapdragons that I've got to prick out and pot on. We'll do that together. Now, if your snapdragons, if you're behind, let me show you this tray over here. This is a good example. So your snapdragons should be about this size. I do have a few stragglers, that always happens. So if all your snapdragons are only this size, then maybe don't leave them out in the greenhouse overnight, because that was the reason why we started them so much earlier. So they would be this size and really sturdy. So if they're all this size, the shock of the cold temperatures might actually give them damping off. So bring them indoors overnight, take them back out in the morning. I won't bother putting any lids on mine because they are robust. However, you can if you want to. Just for goodness sake, don't forget to take the lids off in the morning. Otherwise, you could cook your plants. Here's the breezer, all popping up. Well, it's coming up to 3 o'clock and now is a really good time to shut up your greenhouse. And I have just picked myself the most enormous bunch of zinnias. Aren't they lovely? So these are going to go on my desk to look at while I process all your lovely orders. Thank you so much. You've almost cleaned us out. The shop will be closing shortly because I've got none left. But then we can get on and start the grow along, can't we? Fabulous.